Hey family, MarshaunO here, your favorite life and relationship strategist. And you have come to MarshaunO because you want to be a part of the top 1% of people that have extraordinary relationships. And so that is what you're going to get here. As long as when you come here, the information that you take in, you actually apply it to your life. Because knowledge is power, but applied knowledge is better. So now, why are we here today? We are here today to talk about the 5 reasons why your needs are not being met. But before I jump into that, let me invite you to join my Facebook group, depending on where you're at in your life. So if you are dating and or single, then I have a Facebook group for you that is called Dating to Marriage. Go ahead and reach out and I will let you into that group. And these groups are going to help you get closer to me, ask more questions, get involved in the community, and be able to invite your friends and those that you know need some inspiration as well, who also want to be a part of the top 1% that have extraordinary relationships. Now, if you're a person that is in a long-term relationship or you are married and you know that you need to tighten up on some things, then I have a group specifically for you as well, which is called Relationship Bootcamp 101. Join me there. Join the conversations. Let's continue the conversations. Let's go deeper into the conversations. Let me get to know you like you're able to get to know me and my information. Okay, so now let's jump into the 5 reasons why your needs are not being met. Number 1, your needs are not being met because you are not sure what your needs are. You cannot express, you cannot put your needs out there. You cannot ask for what you want, what you need, if you do not know what those needs are. Have you taken the time to sit down for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, and actually write down what it is that you need in order to be happy in your relationship? And this, you really ideally want to do this while you're single and not seeing anybody. But if you are dating someone, if you are married, if you are in a long-term relationship, then have you done this before? And if you have not, this is the perfect time to sit down. As soon as you watch this, okay, finish the video. Sit down and take inventory of the needs that you want to be met. If you cannot verbalize them, your spouse, your partner cannot meet them. He or she is not a mind reader. Number 2, your needs are not being met because if or when you do figure out what your needs are, you never verbalize them. Like, it takes time for you to really hone in on and say, you know what, these are the things that I need to be happy in this relationship. These are the things that I need to feel wanted. These are the things that I need to feel loved. But to know this information, number 1, and never share them, number 2, verbalizing them, what's the point? You cannot expect your needs to be met just because he or she is supposed to know. Yes, air quotes. Because what you did for your last spouse, what you did for your last girlfriend, what you did for your last boyfriend may not be the exact same recipe that you need to implement for this current spouse, this current boyfriend, this current girlfriend. There may be things that you have to do different. You may have to show up differently. You may have to, you know what? The love language of my ex was quality time, but this one actually like gifts. So let me give some more gifts. Like, you have to change up how you show love to your partner, to your spouse. But again, if you don't verbalize them, if you only keep them up here and then expect your partner or spouse to just know, that's never going to work out. So number 1, knowing what your needs are. Number 2, verbalizing your needs. Moving on to number 3. You overcompensate in every relationship. Why are you doing that? Because you feel like this person is going to leave you. You feel like, if I don't do this, then what are the repercussions? Again, leaving you lonely, leaving you feeling like you're not good enough. Don't overcompensate in every relationship, because everybody that you're giving your time and energy and effort to does not deserve it. Let's just be real. They don't. And this includes sometimes the person that you're actually dating, the person that you're actually in a relationship with. Sometimes it's time to cut the cord, but that's a different video. Sometimes they really don't need it. And if you're overcompensating in every single solitary relationship, and not just romantic, I'm talking about sibling relationship, friendships, your parental, every relationship that you can think of, if you're overcompensating, then that is something that is your insecurity in some type of way showing up. So what is it? Figure out why you are overcompensating. Literally sit down, take pen to paper, and write down the reasons why you're overcompensating in every single relationship, which is leaving you feeling drained and depleted. Again, your needs are never going to be met if you're overcompensating in every relationship that you're in. The fourth reason why your needs are not being met is because when your needs aren't being met, when your needs are not being met, there are no consequences. So say, for instance, you're like, you know what? I want you to make sure that we are spending quality time together. Whatever that definition of quality time is for you and what it means in your particular relationship. And then you guys have that conversation. You both agree upon the terms that are suitable for each of you. And then your spouse, your partner, just still does not comply. They still don't show up. They still be doing that lip service. They still be lying for no reason. All to get you to shut up for the moment. And then guess what? There are no consequences, because even though you know that you guys set this date and time to be intentional about falling in love with one another again, being intentional about dating each other, being intentional about just watching a movie, being intentional about giving you both the opportunity to be the priority in each other's life. And one of you is just keep dropping the ball, but there are no consequences. So they think that it's not important to you because you are not. Listen, you just get mad and then that's it. There's no talks about it. You sweep it under the rug. You think it's going to get better. It never gets better. And then the cycle continues. You get pissed off because he or she didn't show up at the time that they said that they would, even though they promised this time it would be better. But you know this time it's not better because you're actually doing the exact same thing. You're feeling the exact same way. And the cycle continues. But if you actually put a halt to that, if there was some consequences in that, then your needs would be met. It's going to be uncomfortable when you have to lay down the law. It's going to be uncomfortable. It's going to take you out of your comfort zone. You're going to feel like, why do I need to do this? Why do I have to say this? Why do I have to keep repeating this? But you are teaching your significant other how to treat you in the long run. So you deal with the pain of it now so they can understand, no, when you say that you're going to do something, then that's what you need to do. If you're going to verbalize it, if you're going to say it, if you're going to make that promise, then you need to actually stick with it. It's going to be painful to actually stand up and stand your ground. It's going to be very uncomfortable because, again, you're going to be feeling like, why do I need to do this? But if you don't do it, in the long run, you're going to be in this same spot, pissed off. And your partner's going to be like, well, you know what? Only thing he gonna do is just be mad for a moment. He just shut down, for a couple of days. And that's actually give me a peace of mind. I don't have to worry about it for a couple of days. And then we'll get back on track. And then, until I don't feel like doing something again. And we'll go through the same cycle. Like, they already know what the consequences are, which is none, which is why they keep doing it. So what are your consequences? That's why your needs are not being met, because you don't have any consequences for your spouse, for your significant other. Literally, it's just like your child. When you tell your child, listen, don't say this, don't do that, or the consequences are going to be a whooping. The consequences are going to be a timeout. Consequences are going to be, taking away that electronic device, whatever it is. And then you actually do that. Well, guess what? Your child pays attention. It's like, okay, well, I probably shouldn't do that no more if I want to keep my electronics. If I don't want to get a whooping, if I don't want to get timeout, they'll remember. Well, your spouse is the exact same way, because literally each and every one of us are children in adult bodies. And so if I don't know what my consequences are, or if I know what my consequence is, but it's never enforced, then it doesn't matter. I'll say verbally what I want to say for you to hear, and then I'm still going to do whatever it is that I want to do. Number 5. You automatically think others should do what you are doing. So your consequence, excuse me, not your consequences, your needs are not being met because you automatically think that everybody is supposed to act and be like you are. Not the way that it works in society. It's not the way that it works in life. Just because you have a giving heart does not mean that everybody around you is going to be giving. Even if you're a selfish person, it does not mean that everybody around you is going to be selfish. If you're a person that's like, you know what, I'm not about to get got like that anymore. Everybody out there is not doing the exact same thing. So you think that everybody's supposed to be and show up the same way that you are, the good person that you are, the goodness of your heart of doing things. Everybody just doesn't do that. Everybody doesn't show up the exact same way. Everybody doesn't think the same way because everybody's not on the same frequency of niceties, of giving respect, of showing how they love you, showing that this is somebody or something that they actually want to give their time and energy to. So your needs are not being met because you don't know what the needs are. You have not verbalized the needs. You think that everybody is supposed to do things the way that you do. You overcompensate for everything. And then, wait, what's the last one? Oh, right. No consequences. No consequences. So are you guilty of doing any of the above? Let me know down in the comment section below. And again, join my Facebook group. I would love to have you in there. Let's continue the conversation down in the comment section below. But if you feel compelled to join the Facebook group, then do just that. I will see you guys in the next video. I love you. There's nothing that you can do about it. And remember, you are here at MarshaunO because you are deciding to become the top 1% of people that have extraordinary relationships. I'll talk to you guys very, very soon. Bye now.